Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you my Tuesday morning Stash Bash next episode. That is the left-hand page, and upcoming is the right-hand page of a 2-page spread, which you saw earlier. And I did a video 2 weeks ago now of the stash that I put together, kind of a kit of things that I was going to use from Tuesday morning to create this particular layout. So to start with, I have 'Tis the Season from Echo Park. It is from 2013, and that whole collection kit came from Tuesday morning. And I have photos of my daughter and my husband last year at the Holly Ball. And the direction that I go with this layout actually doesn't end up being where I started. So see that green paper there? I actually had thought that I was going to incorporate a lot more of the green into the layout. But as I was rifling through the papers, I decided that I really liked that red, gray, and black combination. There's something about it that just is grabbing to me. Plus, the green that's in the photos is popped much better when I don't incorporate the green from the pattern papers. So what I'm doing here is I am looking for a combination that is going to incorporate a full 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper and then move your eye across the page using stripes that are vertical stripes, because I have these 4x6 photos, and then you will know from the other video that I created that I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to use that smaller one so that smaller photo of both of them doing a selfie is a 3x3, and that is going to be the general format of what that layout is going to look like, just like that. And I do incorporate green. I use some Coordinations cardstock and a digital die cut that I cut out from my silhouette, and I will link you in the box down the description box what that cut file is. So you can see I tape my pieces of cardstock together. While I didn't use cardstock on the left-hand side, it serves as a nice base, and by taping them together, things don't slide, and it's much easier to create that contiguous look across the page there. I can also cut things directly if they do span both edges of the page. So I'm going to use my trimmer and just trim out these pieces. I really like the way that the black on either end kind of bookend the layout and balance it. And I really love that postage stripe that goes all the way around that right-hand side of the page on the right-hand page. Even though I do cover up most of it, that white provides a really nice contrast to the black and just kind of makes things pop a little bit there. So you don't need a lot of weight. But you need enough to kind of ground the layout, and that's what I feel that the contrast of that black and that white does, as well as that black strip, that thin black border that runs down that left-hand side there. So I did not create a sketch from this particular layout. However, if there's enough of you that want one, I am absolutely happy to do so. Just let me know in the box down below that you want me to create a sketch from this. I guess also let me know if moving forward, when I do the 2x2, the double page layouts, if you want sketches of this, because it's easy enough for me to do. It's just knowing whether people, I haven't seen people do a lot of downloads, and so I don't know that it's worth my time if people aren't downloading them. So one of the things that I struggle with these kits is that I like in double page layouts for elements to run across the page. And when you only have one piece of pattern paper, it is sometimes hard to use pattern paper as backgrounds. And so that's why I wanted to really incorporate that full 12 by 12 piece into the layout. So you're going to see me fight with my paper here. I have the sticker. I love the idea of making it stick out so that you see a scallop instead of that wave, but yeah, it just wasn't going to cooperate with me, the sticker. And so I'm going to fuss around with this for a while. And once I finally get it in there, you see those little white spots poking through because the black is too far over to the right. So I have to pick up the black and reattach that. This was a little bit of a fight, this layout, because I don't know if you saw earlier, but I also had a little bit of a fight with my ATG gun. When the adhesive gets down to the end, it tends to run off track, and so what I typically have to do is pull all of the used stuff up and then re-thread it. But the way I re-threaded it, I threaded it back onto itself, and yeah, it was a bit of a battle, but I got it done, and I'm really pleased with the way that this layout turned out. And I'm also pleased to be able to share it with you and not have it be over 15 minutes. I think it's just slightly over 15 minutes. So there are the 3 prime photos that I'm going to use. And I am going to use something else for my Tuesday morning stash. Those particular We Are Memory Keeper square dies came from Tuesday morning as well. And I just need to find the right size to cut that down because I did want a white border. I wanted the white border to coordinate with the same white border that I have around all of those other photos. So I'm going to run that through my Big Kick, and that is going to leave me a square. Now that leaves me a little bit of a hole, and so I need to find a corresponding square to fill in that space down below. I had thought that I might use that particular pattern paper, but I loved those presents, and so I need something to nestle that on so that it matches and coordinates. So I'm just going to cut another white square of the same size and dimension as the ones that I did with my daughter and my husband in their selfie picture, and that is going to give me a space to nestle those packages or presents that I had there. So my original thought was that this Christmas tree with the white background was going to sit right there on that black. The problem is that everything felt like it was sliding downhill to the left. So I moved the pictures over to the right, and I liked that balance a whole lot better. But then the pictures are out of sequence because they did the selfie before the dance, which are the pictures at the beginning. And the dance is the pictures on the right-hand side. So if I shifted everything down to the right, I was able to create that balance, and I was also able to sort of break up that black with that photo there. So while I wanted that bold black, I didn't want it to be quite as bold as it has ended up being. That bag is, all of this stuff so far is from the kit that I put together that's on a previous video, all from Tuesday morning and all my Tuesday morning stash. The only thing so far that is not Tuesday morning is that green cardstock, and then just that white cardstock is actually stash. A lot of it is just stash scraps that I've collected over time. So those are tags that I don't end up incorporating. They were part of the kit, but they would have worked had the print that was on them been going in the opposite direction. So I couldn't incorporate those. And then I had those craft tags, couldn't incorporate those either. I thought that the craft would look good with it, but there's no craft anywhere else, and so they would have kind of stuck out a little bit. So I have these die cuts from American Crafts, and they are Christmas ornaments. So I pulled out some twinery, baker's twine, and I'm just threading it through the hole, and then I'm threading the sticker. I'm threading the tail end of the thread into the sticker so that I don't have to tie any knots or anything. It's perfect. Pull my tweezers through, pull it through. I poked myself with the tweezers there. And then all I have to do is tape the twine to the back of the layout there. And I love the way that the ornaments add to that festive feel of the layout there. And I'm going to do a third one there. And I'm actually going to rearrange them because I don't like the distribution or the weight of the ornaments there. That is much better with the red in between. And so that's what I go with there. So then I also have, those are actually the stickers, I apologize. And then I have the coordinating die cuts that I also got from Tuesday morning. And, oh, this bag, I forgot to mention that, I'm sorry. That is from Snow and Cocoa from my Tuesday morning stash. And I liked the way that the design element, the black and white, just kind of tied everything together. It's too long, however, so I just snipped off the back of the bag. And then because I will use that as a pocket for my journaling, I did close off the bag so that when I stick my tag through, it has a beginning and ending and it doesn't get sticky from the other adhesive. And you can see how that kind of ties off that black horizontal vertical strip a little bit. And then adhere all of that down. I had thought I would use those tags. In fact, the reason that I really pulled out this collection was to use those tags in the layout somehow, but they don't work. It ends up being too busy, and those of you who follow my work know that I don't like sticking things on there just because. They kind of have to have a purpose and help sell the story or tell the story. So there's the Christmas tree, and it's kind of like the presents are underneath the Christmas tree, even though they're to the right of the Christmas tree. And that bow up the top just kind of closes things off nicely and seals the deal there. So goodbye tags, those aren't going to work. This is artist's tape. It is repositionable, but it is also acid free because it is artist tape, and I use that a lot to tie off loose ends of sewing and twine and things like that. I'm going to apologize for the lighting. I didn't realize as I was filming, I do like to film with natural light, that the window was open and that the sun was shining through. It's funny the things that you don't notice as you get absorbed in your work. So then I'm going to mix, just as I mixed stickers and die cuts, I'm going to mix stickers and die cuts here with those stars. Again, it's just pops of color throughout the layout, and these are not from my Tuesday morning stash, but these are old Martha Stewart stickers from my stash. I thought the dimension of the ornaments would be fun, and what I do off camera, I do this later on, so I have to apologize that I didn't film it, but I took some more baker's twine. I took some black and white baker's twine, and I threaded it through parts of those die cuts, so when you look at the close-up, you'll see that that just looks like garland running through the Christmas tree, and it adds a nice pop of black to that left-hand side. I have these stars, and I create a visual triangle with those that move your eye through the picture. And then I wanted something that just kind of looked like naked stars sitting there by themselves. So I'm going to get, again from Echo Park and also from Tuesday Morning, these are some of the bits and brads that I will incorporate just a few of these circles in, again, for some visual elements and color to that. Now, off of the right-hand side of that bottom gray star, I am going to put a sticker from the sticker collection from Echo Park, and I am also going to put some holly up by the title in Holly Ball, and those things I do not do off camera. I often look at a layout when I'm finished filming, and I always find these little things to add into it. So it's time for title work. These are also from Tuesday Morning. I told you this was a Tuesday Morning stash bash, didn't I? And my original intent was to do the whole title in these particular thickers, but I didn't like it. And I didn't like the way that that star spanned across. It provided a huge gap between holly and ball, when it's really holly ball, not holly ball. So I'm going to move them, and I'm going to find a second that also from Tuesday Morning. Actually, no, my mistake. That is actually from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to move holly over, and I'm going to use the white glittery stickers on the black, which really pop and shine and add a little bit of shimmer, just like a princess at the ball, because this is my princess with her daddy at the ball. And that, my friends, is how I'm going to end up busting through that stuff from Tuesday Morning. So enjoy the close-ups. I hope you're doing well. Again, let me know if you want me to create a sketch to share with you for this. Take care. Thanks for joining me.